Alright guys, I hope you're well. I haven't been posting on here as frequently as I was before, purely because we've been devoting a lot of time and effort into putting a lot of content into the platform for our members. And if you may or may not know that we just had hosted our annual flagship Christmas party, which was a massive success. Had people flying from all over the world to be at that event, and it was just mind-blowing. So haven't been posting on here as frequently. As we go into next year, we're going to be posting a lot more frequent videos on this channel, so look out for that. But I wanted to put a video out today because we was in the live room, and typically we're coming towards the end of, the market starts to slow down around this time of year, and we're coming towards the end of my trading year. This is really the last week that I'll be trading in the markets. And we were sort of thought, oh, it's going to be a bit slow. And then all of a sudden it starts to come to life. There's a lot of opportunities. And I took actually 4 trades today. I'm still in 2 of them. And there was actually 5 that played out. So there was one on the pound yen that it was a shorting opportunity that we identified, but I couldn't get a reason for entry. And that's just hit would-be target. So that's pushed down. One I did catch was one on the pound Aussie, which was a pattern trade, and then a trend continuation on the pound dollar using the Graystone trend continuation method, but we got a pattern entry for that as well. And instead of taking conventional targets on that, I took targets as a trend continuation. So I just wanted to give you an example of how you can use patterns for trend continuation, and also just go over those couple of trades just to sort of give you an insight and keep you in the loop of what we're doing day in and day out. So just to recap, I had 1, 2, 3, 4 trades on. I'm in 2. I'm still short euro dollar. I'm short Aussie CAD. I shorted the pound Aussie and the pound dollar. Both of those hit targets. The pound dollar was 95 pip profit and the pound Aussie was 30 pips. And then the one that I was looking at that couldn't get involved in was the pound yen, which rolled over and hit targets. That would have been a nice one, but there was too much. One, there was too much correlation risk, and 2, I couldn't get my reason for entry. So sit back, check out the video. It's only a short one, and I'll see you next week. Right, let's look at this one then. So this is the pound dollar on the daily. We're going to go to the pound dollar on the daily. We were just seeing this pair crash, right? And we've just had this break and close below structure as well. If we just bring in our horizontal line tool here, remember we were just coiling up down here, had this ascending pattern here, and then bang, we broke to the downside in this instance, and violated that structure level we were looking at last week. If you remember, we drew this on. It was like, yeah, very, very interesting level. I wasn't sure about, I wasn't interested in going long or short. I just wanted to wait and see what happened. And what have we done? We've broken closed below the previous support level. Previous support low. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that if we get a pullback, this should provide a decent level for resistance. Okay, the question is, how do we get involved? Because bear in mind, if I just go back out there, this is the structure level where you'd be getting safe stops above, right? Because we had 1, 2, 3. This is the area where your safe stops would be put. Now, have you got a chance of trading that? Probably not. So what we're going to do is drop down to the lower trading time frames and see if we can get a structure level, a safe level to put stops if we get a pullback. Now, I really, really do like this level. But I'm just not. It doesn't look like I'm going to get an area for stops here. So I'm going to keep going down, see if I can see a decent level, and here we go. Right. So this is the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame. We're pushing back. We've got this structure level here. So we had the lower low, lower close. We pulled down, put in the outside return. We then put in a new low. Okay, and now we're pushing back up into this kill zone. Now this is the kill zone. If you're Jason Graystone trend continuation trader. I should have thought of a new name of that. It wasn't very inventive, was it? So we're pushing into the kill zone, right? Kill zone is set. Now what do we want to do? We want to look at the ATR. We want to say, right, it's going to be a 10 pip ATR plus front running. If you front run orders, you're looking up around 60, something like here for now. We then want to look at where our risk reward is going to be. So we've actually got a bit of room here for a nice window for entry, I should say. And then we're looking at a 1-to-1 for a retest of the lows. Now I only want to look at this kill zone here. So we've got a nice risk reward already. This being the reward. Let's call it. Yeah, if you do use the first chance entry, it's right here. So if the 15-minute is your trading time frame, this is the first chance. I'll draw this in gold. Where's gold? This is the first chance. You'd be looking down on the 5-minute to get a double top in here. I don't do that. I don't drop any lower than the 15. So the 15 is my lowest time frame. Alright, so we're pulling into that zone. All I need in here is a lower low, lower close candle. That's it. RSI is overbought, which is a bonus. I don't need that. But if we get a lower low, lower close candle in this zone, I can just enter this aggressively next bar market and look to short this down for retest of lows, and it's a 72 pip move. That's pretty decent for a 15-minute time frame. Yeah, so we got a nice bit of profit out of this small trade, this day trade. The other way you can trade this is how? Anyone got any other ideas? George says a bat pattern, yeah. Look, X, A, B, C, D. Now all of a sudden, you don't have to wait anymore. You just get your limit order in. And you go, right, when the bat forms, I'm in. And your risk reward, let's just give it a 113. A little bit higher. But there you have it. Right, so the bat is this risk reward, and the trend continuation is this risk reward at the moment. Probably going to be better if we push up. But certainly a nice trade looking to take this right down to these lows, which would be almost 100 pips. So I'll keep an eye on this. This is a really nice day trade, and we'll come back to this in just a bit. Alright, so we came up and we entered aggressively on this as the bat pattern entry. So you can see it's a really nice risk reward. I've had to go for the 113 inversion based stop as opposed to the ATR based stop. But my targets are right down at a retest of these lows. So where I've got my target will provide me with almost a 90, I think it's a 95 pip reward. So very decent trade, particularly for the 15-minute time frame. See if we can get some profits out of this. This will be a very nice trade if it plays out in our favour. So we'll keep an eye on it. Alright, well, I'm going to head out then. We've exhausted my portfolio. We've had a couple of chats. We've taken a couple of trades. So it's been a nice, well-rounded day. Back in for tomorrow. So just looking at this trade now that we took earlier on the pound Aussie. And you can see it was just spiked down. Didn't quite get taken out on my order there. So it's a bit annoying when that happens. But we are at my order placement, so I'm going to go ahead and close this out.
Order cancelled.
So that's a profitable trade. We're just waiting for the pound dollar now. I just want to finish up on this really. Obviously you saw that I hit target ones. Those of you who had multiple targets on this, looks like you pushed down and hit those as well. If you was going for continuation, hit that as well. I wouldn't have been going for continuation on this one because it's slightly different setup to the Aussie pound dollar. Sorry, the pound dollar actually did roll over, so I hit targets on this as a continuation. And you can see just as we approached that level, look, just came down, took out my target and hit that like a wall. So I'm out of this trade as well. And this was a really, really nice trade. This was 95 pips of profit and a perfect play where, and a good example where you can use a pattern trade entry into the continuation move. So really happy with that. Really good day overall. Still in my swing trade on the euro, which is pushing down around 70 pips at the moment. So, you know, if the week continues like this, it's going to end up a really, really good one. So I'll see you in the live room tomorrow.